and welcome to a special episode, which I'm gonna call it the Jungle Green episode. Why is that? Because as you can see, I'm not in my game room or my studio room. I'm outside sincerely and somewhere else. So anyway, this is not the first time I made an outside review. I did already with Metroid 2, but that was nowhere near as popular, so I gotta try it again. This time with a much popular game. For the nostalgia episode to this day, I'm gonna review not one, but a combo. These two right here. Although I reviewed already this one in the past, I was like 2 years ago I reviewed it, but that was a badly made video and it was very rushed and not well sorted. Plus it was in Spanish, as a result it was time to update it. Finally, I'm promising the updated video. This one never get around it. Now I'm doing this and finally review a game that I always promised to review it, but due to the problems that I had, plus my previous copy broke, I got another one. So finally, I'm gonna review these two beauties. Donkey Kong Country to Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking, where's the third one? Unfortunately, I don't want at this point on. So that game will be its own separate video. Since it was a game that I never got around when I was a kid, I got it later on. As a result, I got these two. So, as a result, for those who ask, anyways, why those games? Well, for nostalgic value. When I see this game in action, that was the graphics. Rareware pushed the hardware to the limit. Yes, Rareware, the British company, who made amazing games for the NES, Super Nintendo, and of course they were well known to put quality games on the Nintendo 64. Which a lot of people asked me to review those type of games, which frankly I don't own them. My friend Diddy has them, but that will be in a future episode reviewing all the Rareware games, which is a special episode. I'm gonna do it with him. But for now, I only had these to review. Although I did the Killer Instinct video, which was another Rareware game, and I did Pro-Am, which was 2 years ago. Again, I did review a bunch of Rareware games, but not all of them as a result. So, anyways, why these games have something special? Well, for two reasons. One, when I saw the first one, this one here, it was like, so why this game in particular? Well, for months, it was revolutionary at the time. This game was released in November of the year of 1994. Yes, if you look closely on the label, I don't think it will capture on the camera, but if you look closely, there is the ESRB. Donkey Kong was one of the first games that received the ESRB. Unlike Demon's Crest, which I reviewed in a month ago, that was the Christmas episode. That one doesn't have the ESRB. That was released before that. This one has it as well. Donkey Kong 2 has the ESRB as well. Both has it because at that point on, the ESRB was a thing after the infamous accord with Mortal Kombat, the Lethal Forces, and that was the game. Let's see. Night Trap. That was the game. So that's why I got UCD's ESRB, and it's not new. It's been there for the last 25 years. That is not new, believe it or not. Anyways, the music of this game, both, I would say both, were amazing. Although the first one was composed by David West, it was composed by other composers, which I don't remember the name very well. I'll put them right in the middle of the screen to show what it is. But this one got the David Wise. No. Correction. Not Dave White. David Wise. Most people get misspelling error there. David Wise was who made the music on many Rareware games, as well non-Rareware games. As a result, I recommend to look on Wikipedia and see all the tracks he made. There's so many then. Also, there's an interview with Battletoads. I will leave the link down below the description to you can watch it. It's pretty interesting. He's a legend on composers. When Nintendo was asking questions to review these to get these games to work is because Rareware was trying new technology at the time, silicon graphics computer, also known as SGI. Silicon make something that is revolutionary. It was the beginning of the 3D age, and the you know, that 32-bit system were coming out like the N64, PlayStation, the Sega Saturn. So they knew that in order to keep up with those consoles before those, and then the 64 was released in 1986, so they had to make something new. As a result, they made this game right here. So I'll talk this later. We'll start with this one. Well, the premise. It was released because, one, the name. Little history. Donkey Kong was created by Shigeru Minamoto, who was the creator of Mario and Zelda. Of course, well, prior to that, he made a game called Donkey Kong, which is an arcade game from 1980, which was a revolutionary since Pac-Man was dominating the arcades. As a result, they knew that to come up something that is addicted to play and is dominant. Donkey Kong was an example, and it's no exception for most. As a result, this is not the ape from the arcade. This is actually his son, which, spoiler alert, this Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong Jr. Yes, it's actually Junior. His father is in the game. He's known as Cranky Kong, but I call him Donkey Kong Senior. Yes, Senior, which stands for an old person. Well, Donkey Kong Senior was the original Donkey Kong. By the time when Donkey Kong Country was out, he was retired and done his job. And his son, Junior, come to play. As you can see, you see right behind the label there's a new character that was created by Rare, Diddy. And no, that was not his brother, his cousin. From his other. I'm not gonna talk about the family Kong, which is way complicated. Talk about the Kong family. That would be like finding the family of the Apple Performance series, which kind of the same predecessor. So I'm not gonna go into that. That will be in the special episode of Donkey Kong and a marathon. That will be another time. Of course, just a detail. Okay. So after Donkey Kong, well, prior to this game, there's another one, Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, which I call it Donkey Kong 94, also known as the Game Boy version. Unfortunately, I don't have the Game Boy to show it, or the Super Game Boy. That will be in the future episode, which that will be on. So, just a little quick trivia. Prior to that, Donkey Kong 94 was the capitalized on the original Donkey Kong. But after that game was success, Rareware got the job to make this game using the Silicon Graphics computer, which was quite big sincerely. As a result, and it was successful. This game has 32 mega power, which stands for like 8 kilobytes, which is a pretty large game. It was larger than Super Metroid, and Super Metroid was 24 mega power, which was 6 kilobytes. But this one surpasses it. Oh, and this game is another example of technology. This game, if you put this game on a bootleg or a copier, an SNS copier, check out Modern Vintage Gamer video on his channel. He made a fantastic job on the SNS security of the CIC chip. Well, this game is one of the very first that had lockout feature. If this game detects for example, let's say a copier, it will trigger the anti-pirate feature. This is one of those games that does that. As a result, if you put this on those copiers, good luck with that. It will not do that unless you wanna patch it. But if you patch it, well, that will be in the sequel. We'll talk about that later. So, as a result, it was revolutionary because of this graphics. It was new, fresh, and revolutionary for the time, and really pushed the Super Nintendo to the limit. As most games, and this is the game that put a lot of confidence trying to use the Silicon Graphics stuff. For example, is Vectrex, which was not Vectrex the console, Vectrex the game. Was the Sega game by Blue Sky, which was inspired by this game. As also, many games tried to copy this formula right here, which is no-brainer, of course. In this game, you play as Donkey Kong Jr. with his cousin. Well, his nephew. I said that wrong, it was nephew. When you play as those characters, you can play as 2-player cooperative or competitive. I much prefer cooperative. Cooperative is much more fun. Competitive feel more like versus 2, but I much prefer cooperative. So yeah, it is. So to show those, I'm gonna play one video is me playing it, and the other is with my friend Diddy, and I will play. Yes, we'll play on his house. So I know you will see an LCD TV, which I normally not do that, but since he doesn't have a CRT TV, it's the only thing I had. So that's his. But don't worry, it will be fun with Diddy and us. So this can have those fishes, lots of secrets. If you get the 80 or 90% of the game, you get all the bananas. The game, but you have to find all the banana and all the corn icons and all the secrets, which was a short back then. It was finding new thing, and there's a lot of secrets unknown to this day, which I recommend to play that out. So it's really intensive. Now I'm gonna talk about the sequels. So let's be it. Okay, this is a sequel right here, Donkey Kong Country 2. This game came out in 1995, 1 year after the original. This game is super duper highly acclaimed by many gamers, especially Super Nintendo fans and Rareware fans. Gamers that grew up in the 90s, this is the game that I remember the most because of its music, the graphics. It was a step up of the original game. They have more premise, more secret, more items. The map is larger, much bigger than the original. This time, it was composed by David Wise, full time. It was the only composer of the game, and he made a phenomenal job, much superior than the previous one. As a result, they had a lot of challenge before in this game. Lots of secret, new animals. It's just so big on this game. This is a larger card, sincerely. It's larger than the original, so this game pushes the limit of Super Nintendo even more for most. And the music, once again, is really amazing. The gameplay is exactly the same, although this time you play, in this case, Donkey Kong Jr. was captured by the boss of the previous game, which is Key Roll, the Crocodile King. In this case, it was, instead of being the Key Roll, it's done as Captain Key Roll. Well, he dressed like a pirate in this game because all this team is all pirate. Speaking of that, I'll talk about that later. In this game, obviously you play as Diddy, nephew's Donkey Kong Jr. with his girlfriend. Yes, his girlfriend. His girlfriend is Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong is not part of the Kong family. It was from another family, which I'm not going to talk about the families of Kong. It's too complicated to do that. But let's say you play as Diddy and his girlfriend Dixie. They both together to rescue Donkey Kong Jr. with the help of Donkey Kong's father, Cranky or Senior, and his wife, Curly Kong. And of course there's Snag. Snag is the host of the show. You can ask him questions, you get a lot of life. There's also Kupla, the mighty crocodile, the bodyguard of Captain Hero. He's there to guard the entrance. But you have to get 42 coins and to actually get to the secret area, which I'm not going to reveal it. It's up to you to do it. But someday will do it. And you get to net 50 corn coins, or banana coins as they call them. The banana coins are normal, but the DK coins are the most important. If you get 50, you get the beat the game. You have the 100% completions. Those are the completionists, of course. You have to find all the DK coins, which is really hard, I have to say. It takes a lot of time to get that, which is. I see a lot of people beat this game back in the day, and those I applaud to those people who made a lot of time to jump. Same with the original as well. So it is. So this game is a masterpiece. So there's no talk about much about this game. Simply, it's awesome. It's just beautiful for most part. And speaking of that, there's a lot of memorable scenes of the game. many of the characters. I recommend to watch Culture. Yeah, Culture. That was the name of the channel. I don't remember. I'll put the name of the channel. It's in Spanish, by the way, if you desire to watch. And the channel is talking about some of the characters that I left off. There's something interesting features that some of them, the plans of Donkey Kong 2 end up being Donkey Kong 3, which I wish to show right now, but unfortunately I don't own it. That will be another episode when I got the card. So yeah. So I'll leave the link in the description. As for this game, well, it was developed by Rareware. In fact, both games defined Rareware during the Super Nintendo era, before moving on to the Nintendo 64. So anyways, enough talking. I'll show you the gameplay of both games in action. One, Donkey Kong, and 2, in 1 day. So it's gonna be a long ass gameplay. I mean, I start with the first one, which is me playing the game, and then Dylan and I would play the game. We play the game in 2 players. So enjoy the gameplay if you want it. So let's get to it.
también, pero yo saqué la tela de él. Ahí arriba, ¿será? Sí, yo subí adelante. Otro está aquí. Tiene que ser de ahí.
I hope you enjoy the spectacular video, I have to say, which is superb, I would say. It was a phenomenal, both games are phenomenal, I was sure. Which sadly I have to end it with a note that the third one, the third Donkey Kong Country, didn't receive as the awe of the two previous games. People love the 3 as well, but again, I wish to review it right here in this moment on, but since I don't know the game, I can't do that. But once I got the game, I will come exactly where here right now in the same place. We'll review it and we'll talk about the Donkey Kong 3 in exactly the same formula, as I will promise. That will be in the future, but first we need to finish the episode of Mighty Morphing Power Ranger, the 5th edition, that I promised to review it. But I need to ask Dylan since he has the game, so I will ask him to be a review of him and I. The first time will be him and I, of course. It's gonna be a challenge since he doesn't speak English. Don't worry, I'll try. For the meantime, I'll leave you the gameplay of Axelay, which is I promised in the last video that I'm gonna put the Axelay video. So let's see. So, anyways. Do I recommend both games? Hell yes, I recommend, well, the trilogy. In fact, if you like the trilogy, if you're a huge fan of the Donkey Kong and a retro fan, give these games a shot. They're both amazing. In fact, all 3 of them were released on the Wii, Wii U, and 3DS. Although for some reason the free on the Wii version, yeah, the Wii Virtual Console removed all the trilogy, which is kind of odd. On the Wii U, the same thing. But if you still have these games on the Wii U, if you're lucky to download them, give it a shot. If you have the 3DS, give it a shot. Sadly, none of the 3 games, including the third one, were released on the Virtual Console, which is kind of a bummer, sincerely, because Donkey Kong defines the Super Nintendo genre, I'm gonna say. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, which I hope Nintendo does do that. And for the hungry Nintendo fans, I will say it. We'll see. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and this review. As always, don't forget to, if you like my videos, give it a like. If you want to see more of my content, click the subscribe button and the bell notification icon for more videos, my friends. If you ask questions in the comments, anything good, I can help you out. If you want to follow me on social media, you can follow my Instagram. On my Instagram, edgar.morinrivera.5. You can follow me there. Anyways, guys, I hope you had a good time and a good memory, and take care, my friend. Have a good time.